If Hogwarts Legacy 2 wants to avoid the same boycotts its predecessor faced, the sequel cannot take the same approach that the original did.
What in the actual are you on about? They've sold around 34 million copies of this game. If this is what a boycott does, then I'm sure the developers are thinking, hurt me more! What is up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the boundlessly boisterous Dr. Disaster. And man, some people post some of the stupidest shit imaginable on social media, don't they? But this tweet here from Game Rant about Hogwarts Legacy is almost as asinine as it gets.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
These idiots sound like they are trying to threaten Avalanche, the studio that made Hogwarts Legacy, with a boycott if they don't do something about the controversy surrounding the Harry Potter franchise. But think about it. What the hell could they even do? Assuming for a second that this supposed boycott of Hogwarts Legacy was actually something that they were even afraid of, what are they supposed to do? Their bosses told Avalanche that they are making a Harry Potter game, so they made one, and now they're being told that they have to make a sequel, and that's all there is to it. Are they expected to convince J.K. Rowling to change her freaking mind on the trans subject? But what is completely hilarious about this whole situation is the community note at the bottom of this tweet, where they completely eviscerate these jackasses at Game Rant. The community note says, important distinction on the first game's boycott. As it was a niche boycott attempt, the headline of this article could lead people to thinking it was an effective boycott. The total sales for Hogwarts Legacy as of March 2025 is estimated to be 35 million copies. I guess being opposed to men in women's spaces really pays off, doesn't it?
Let's cut to the chase. I know you're not a woman.
But what is even more hysterical to me is if you look at the very bottom of this tweet, you will see that this thing has been viewed by 1.2 million people, but they only have 158 people who actually hit the like button on this thing. I guess we found the true size of the boycott, didn't we? I'm gonna go out on a limb and throw out a wild, hot take here. I don't actually think that Avalanche gives the tiniest bit of a shit about the trans controversy.
I know the secret now.
You what?
You're nothing. You're shit.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure you check on that, and also, give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1, and if you feel like supporting the channel and helping keep the lights on, consider becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. But anyhow, let's look at what these idiots were saying about Hogwarts Legacy 2, threatening them with a boycott like they experienced with the first game is threatening them with a good time. But just to make sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to this subject, Elon Musk retweeted this earlier today. The person who originally posted it said, "It's not trendy anymore," and underneath that, someone posted a graph showing that trans identification among the youth is rapidly falling. This is why this boycott didn't work. For the same reason that this Game Rant tweet only got 158 likes on it after over 1 million views, this is a completely dwindling worldview. biological essentialism has rapidly regained its position as the popular sentiment in our culture. The LGBT people can be pissy about this fact all they want, but it will not change the fact that people don't care about the supposed equal rights that they are pushing for when it comes to trans folks. Now, compare this boycott to the one that happened with, as an example, Bud Light a few years ago when they used Dylan Mulvaney, a trans influencer, to try to sell that beer. The men who drink that beer decimated the sales of that brand, and they have yet to fully recover. Look at how the Jaguar car brand collapsed earlier this year when they made their ads woke as hell, as wokeness falls out of favor as the trendy idiots who jumped on the woke bandwagon realize that the wheels are falling off. The boycott power really only cuts one way these days. Hell, if you want a more relevant example, look at how sales of Ghost of Yote dried up quickly when people pushed back on the Charlie Kirk stuff. That game is still struggling to hit 2 million copies sold after about 2 weeks, and its predecessor sold 2.4 million in 3 days. There is a world of difference in boycotting capability these days, but that has not stopped Game Rant from writing this article, which the tweet linked to. Now, one thing that a lot of people have been getting wrong with this article here is that they assume that Game Rant just published it since they tweeted about it in the past day, but actually, this article came out in January. It just didn't make any waves and didn't resonate with anyone because few people actually give a crap about this supposed boycott. It was only their tweet which caught people's attention, as people have been making fun of them. But let's read some of this article so you can see just how brain deficient and plain old deluded these people are. The article says here, for years, the Harry Potter franchise has dominated pop culture, with Hogwarts Legacy acting as the franchise's most popular video game adaptation. It's no wonder that controversy surrounding the franchise has sprung up at some point, as the first Harry Potter book was released almost 30 years ago. Nevertheless, it's disappointing that such a well-loved piece of pop culture has been sullied in the eyes of many Potterheads, despite new content for the franchise, like Hogwarts Legacy, continuing to release. Unfortunately, Hogwarts Legacy was unable to unmuddy the name of the Harry Potter franchise. While the game may have been met with a positive player and critic response, it was also the subject of boycotts upon release. And my question here, my dudes, is from who? 34 million plus people bought this game. Sounds to me like the only ones boycotting this was the game journalists, and nobody else listened to you idiots. But carry on, dipshit, you're doing great. Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Games tried to placate fans within the game itself, but the developer's attempt was poorly received. Once again, from who? Over on Metacritic, journalists scored the game an 84 of 100, and gamers scored it an 8.2 out of 10. Over on Steam, users gave the game an 89% score. This game is currently the 26th highest selling game of all time. Who in the bloody hell supposedly had a problem with Hogwarts Legacy? But the article then says, it goes without saying that Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Games cannot try to avoid controversy the same way Hogwarts Legacy did in the game's allegedly slated sequel. Oh geez, they'd better not do the same things they did before, or else they will, checks notes, sell tens of millions of copies of their game while receiving almost universal praise. I'm sure the makers of this game wake up in cold sweats in the middle of every night as they are racked with concern over all the money and accolades that they received and that they might receive in the future. But let's read a little bit more, because I think this shit is funny as hell. Creeping through the promotion and marketing for Hogwarts Legacy prior to release was the never-ending controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling's transphobic comments. Rowling's comments on the trans community in conjunction with the re-examination of portrayals of people of color in the Harry Potter books have essentially reduced the legacy of Harry Potter from a juggernaut in young adult fiction to a nostalgic but messy memory. Once again, for who? Everyone bought this game. People still read the books. They still watch the movies. Your magical word of power, transphobia, has no effect on people anymore, and Rowling has helped turn this issue into a rout. But these delusional morons, the sort who write articles like this, they just refuse to see that they have been utterly conquered on this issue. The only thing more delusional than this article and the fact that Game Rant is retarded enough to bring it up again is their worldview itself. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of this Hogwarts Legacy boycott into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.